Shalom, man. Good morning. Glory be to God. Blessed be the Lamb. But, you know, issue is homelessness. Homelessness. You do know that the governors, let me get my words right here. The city officials, let's just talk about Houston, but this is all over this country. You cannot expect very people who by their policies, the police are now counselors. See, you know, one thing about American law is that it's consistently politicized. It's politicized. You have gentrified the communities, specifically the black ones, increasing homelessness. While that's going on, evictions within Harris County is steady going, rising prices, inflation, rising rents. And these are the very people who are supposed to be leading you, doing for you. But they spend money wantonly, it was seen, when it comes to the homelessness. How much of this they just, are they talking about bringing a 5.8 million or $5.2 million initiatives or a budget request before council? I would love to ask them how much of that is going to be, is the problem. I got an idea. How about not favoring anybody based on anything? If they don't like to look at the homeless of the people downtown, then demand that they raise salaries. Demand that they stop trying to warehouse them, because that's what they do in Houston. But everywhere else I've been, I've seen it in San Antonio. I've seen it it's all over this damn state, man. San Antonio, Texas, San Antonio, Austin, Houston, but it's got to go through the hands of this organization and this organization and this organization and this organization, and they all want some money to do it. Where are the volunteers? What happened? What happened? Nope, they all want money. Perks, benefits. They're all making money off the homeless. That's a fact. And they've been doing it. Been doing it. Why would not you have the homeless fill the slots of the labor needed? Rather than, Chicago in the 70s when you were dropping off literal pounds of heroin in back alleys with guns. Or how about the 80s when you chunked crack into the black communities, causing murder and mayhem and adult wars and exacerbating the HIV situation, in which the repercussions are still being felt today. How far? Just how far back do you want to go? It's your drugs or your failure to stop drugs. There you go, folks. This is a fact. By the numbers. Don't make me pull them up. They will only act as evidence against you. Drugs everywhere. And you giving the police salary increases while there's drugs everywhere. But we had to get the politics of it. I'm not even arguing one way or the other. I'm just calling the fact a spade, and black and black. See, the problem is they think that they can solve problems no matter how long they've been there, repercussions that was caused by A through B. You are crazy. That takes mental gymnastics. Mental gymnastics to even get there. You crazy. That's all. But there's another reason why you shouldn't be there. This is why you honestly believe that no matter what you do, you should be there. How you fail the people at large, you should be there. You rule these cities like they're your personal fiefdoms, like they belong to you, like they exist outside of the state, as the state would seek to exist on the outside of nothing while we run forensics over it. Who's being paid here? Where's the money going? I want you to notice that all of the government workers' salaries keep going up per year. I'm going to tell you again. No, I'm not going to tell you. You already know. The only people really making it are the politicians, those who work for the government and the already connected financially, rooted. Anybody else working? Good luck. You have a 50-50 shot of becoming homeless in the next 3 weeks. Agenda working from the inside out of the government. It's the very 501c3s that keep getting the money slated for the homeless. Why don't you get rid of all of them? They have been around 15, 20, 25 years and we still got homeless. Hell, it's a homeless being made right now. And man, pick a precinct in a Harris County that they have an eviction court. Someone's going to walk out homeless in every last one of those courts. Guaranteed. And it won't be because of drugs. No. It won't be because of laziness. At any given month, and you definitely cannot enjoy Christmas. But you're a slave and you'll work because they tell you to and they have taught you to. It ain't like you got no choice now. It is far too late. You're trapped in it like slaves. You call it work and I call it renting your body out like a slave, and they tell it what to do, when to do it, how to do it, how to feel, who to respect. Now move those damn boxes for the rest of your life. Anyway, it's not funny. You look out through the rental market or the housing market, both holistically, and how much are these houses really worth? How much is this rent really worth? Okay, and then we're gonna raise wages, force the corporation to raise wages to the point that they can now pay their rent and the rest of their bills and have them barbecue once or twice a year. How about that? That's too much, ain't it? Because that's going to piss off the donor class. That keeps down a lot between 7 a.m. and 11 p.m. I guess they're splitting it 50-50. They're splitting it 50-50. Can't get too mad about that. But I'm just saying, it will never end because people are sitting there. This is a complex issue. No, it ain't. That man's homeless and that lady's homeless and they need a house. How much money do we got? How many homeless? Huh? How many vacant homes in Houston right now? In the United States, there's more vacant homes than there are homeless people. In the meantime, you got corporations buying up whole neighborhoods. That's inflation. We don't have to like it because others are going to look at themselves like, well, he's saying that we caught. No, I'm goddamn it explaining capitalism here. Inflation. Period. And that's part of the problem. Every time that you say something, someone is offended. Man, they grow a skin. Grow a skin. Get in an argument. Make an argument. But you have no right otherwise. You have no right otherwise to feel any particular way. One way or the other. It's just data. Remove. Now, I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I mean, this is just what I would do. But I already know you had these numbers. And I would divide it up. I wouldn't put the money in their hands because you're right. Some of them is going to blast their head off with all kind of dope. That's a guarantee. you're going to find a few of them dead the next morning, more than a few. They just parted their way right the hell up out of here. They had decided that they're going to stay homeless. And that is out there too. That's literally out there. They don't, I guess they don't know nothing else, or the rest of the world will not X501c3s. I'm not trying to take bread out your mouth or nothing, but you know that what I'm saying is the truth. At one point, under that man's stewardship, they took some of the homeless money and they bought gas-powered cars. I shit you not. And then they put people in them to drive around and help the homeless, ask a bunch of questions, to fill out paperwork, and it helped absolutely nobody. No, at least not our ass. We never heard back from them. Food games, a lottery, so you're going to take random numbers. Now, if I was to go down, now all this random number stuff didn't even start on migratory patterns are switched. Wasn't no lottery. But here's the point that I'm making with that. Even with the lottery, you ensured that 80% of all the funds go to one racial group. There's no way out of that. There's no way out of that. So that's not going to work either now, is it? That's not going to work. At any rate, it's not my business. Government workers, the professional class, them. Why you think they quiet and they never complain? Because they can take the hit. But anyone in the private sector mostly cannot. How many of you are making 70 or 80,000 a year? Because that's what Houston has, a $1,000 per month economy, at least $3,000 a month to live comfortably. $3,000. If you ain't making that, well, then you're already struggling. Big man, listen here. But all of this doesn't cause homelessness. The fastest growing segment of the population is the elderly, followed by women. See how they done messed up the dating scene and the normalcy of marriage and relationship. It all starts to come into play right now, don't it? Don't it? It all adds up. It was a plan, an agenda. They willfully destroyed the normalcy of the nuclear family on purpose. Did not I tell you that George Bush Jr. ushered in the biggest era of unaccountability the world will ever see? If you can order up a war, get a couple of million people killed, stay there after you find out that you were wrong, but knew you were wrong and did it anyway, you should have been drawn up and brought before the Hague, the whole administration of war criminals, and then walk around as if you did nothing wrong and make jokes about it, when in reality they are deserving of a bullet in their heads. I've shook man's hands, and I can't wait to let that man's hands go. Man, damn. Shit. Next time we bump elbows, bro. Damn. Never again. Soft as a baby's ass. Soft as a baby's ass. And these are the very ones who make decisions for everyone else, and you think your ass is going somewhere. You notice that they don't make any decisions that would ever affect them in any kind of way negatively. Not them. They may do it at federal level, and man, affect the states, and man, this bother no one. I've seen it. I have seen it. Wow. It's almost like you have some type of fetish. It is. It's like the whole idea of someone meeting you turns you on in some kind of weirded out way. I don't know, man. I'm just theorizing. So after you have divided the money, then you go out here and you look for housing, proper housing. Stop trying to warehouse them people. I would never live in what you offer. Well, I'm different. I police, but as the social worker to give you the information and to call this number and to call that number, and we can get you in there. Not, but they remove you from the homelessness as in being outside in the inclement weather, be it too hot or be it too cold, into you could safely say, a even worse environment. And they know it. I know of these types of places that damn near every resident there is, is hooked, hooked, hooked on fentanyl. Damn near every resident. But where did it all come from? See, no one wants to tell the truth about all of this. When did it start? Why is everything that they do becomes somehow taboo if you bring it up? Any part of it. It's always anti something, anti this, anti that. No, I got a better idea. Why don't everybody go home? I mean, politicians. Don't come to work today. You do, you do understand this concept, right? Legislatures will legislate. You has an effect on what comes later. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. Based on the numbers, this is above your head. You can't do it. You yourself say the homeless issue is complex. Well, if you keep taking the rich people money and giving rich people who got the money more damn say so than everybody else, as in, I don't want it in my backyard. Remember them days? Huh? Or you feel like you can sell rich people all of Lake Houston, with Lake Houston as, as their backyard, no less than 30 30 people that's around Lake Houston, and they got big ass fences around it. Now you know what are we gonna do about that, right? You want a beachfront property, really? That bad to where you agreed to deprive thousands of Houstonians and visitors access to a lake in which they had access for decades. Decades. You want beachfront property without going to the beach? So be it. Now, now you have beach. What will they possibly think about? It's not going to be anything normal. Like remove the middleman, call the homeless in, prove their homelessness. See how much money out of this 5.8 million in California is 4 times that. They could literally buy everybody $1 million house and they still have change left. I shit you not. I shit you not. Right now, today, maybe not in the locale of Houston, but this is a fact. So you are deserving by your 5 to 7 years, or rent it out as we put your ass in jail for some kind of fraud. Probably. Hmm. Anyway, it's two types of fraud: extrinsic and intrinsic. I'm trying to figure out which one I can fit, which box I can put the situation in. So pardon me. It was a legal, uh, a, a legal train wreck as far as the arguments that go. I can hear them in my head already. But it's got to be capitalism needs poverty. It creates the poverty. The more poverty, the better. It concentrates hands in the power, in the hands of it concentrates power in the hands of a few. And this concentration of power via money, again, a bunch of weak ass men running around with a thick ass checkbooks. That's the new man. That's the new man. Ain't never done nothing manly in their damn life. But that's the new man. A checkbook. What a pity. Neighborhood. You ain't finna buy up a street like Black Rock do. Whole neighborhoods just sitting there empty. And what the people should do on the extremes, well, you already know how I feel ill about the extreme side. That I fear is gonna come anyway. No one has to speak them into existence. The minute that the numbers of the homelessness and the impoverished grow beyond 51, 58, 60%, the more chance that they're going to eat you and burn shit down. They refuse to even take responsibility for it. Who's responsible for the inflation? We're not. Joe Biden said that their administration is not responsible for the inflation, but as president, you are the chief operating officer of corporate America. Now, the same man as chief operating officer is saying we bear no responsibility for the, say, man, you fired. Now, how we got to vote? What's the process to get his ass up out of here? He bears no responsibility for anything. But he's constantly side of climate control boxes, big ones, with walk-in food pantries, 5, 6 bedrooms. These are the ones who make decisions on the lives of those who have none of that. And their mothers and fathers had the same thing. Can you see the disconnect? It will never happen. They ain't lived it. They don't know it. So how can they fix it? They have no knowledge beyond science. Let's see what the numbers say. Our numbers put through the same thought processes as their fathers and the fathers before 3, 4, 5. Because the more digits you can write down, the more access I can give you. What you want to talk about? 6 digits. Oh, that's constant access. Here's my personal number. This one walked in with 6 digits. Yeah, you need to be in my Rolodex. We will be seeing you again. Tell me what you want or don't want. Make your case. And then they do what they're told. They do what they're told. This is all, man, listen here. I'm not going to do it with them. Here's what I mean. You can have 150 sheep. Each sheep weighing at least 75 pounds, anywhere from 65 to 80 pounds. Okay? One wolf, one, can enter that pen. Now, the sheep got the numbers. Stampede that bastard. Run him over. No. Guess what they do? They group together in the furthest corner of the pen. Whoever trapped at the front has to face the wolf. Now, over the course of the night, the wolf will kill 8 to 10 of them by you. The wolf will singularly pick your ass off, one by one. And the dumbass farmer keep coming outside, scratching his head, not understanding part of it is the wolf. But now you're dealing with the nature of raising sheep. They don't put up a fuss about much or nothing. But there are certain things that they resist, like moving water. Want to rile up a bunch of sheep? Make some water move around. And they are alarmed, but they won't drink the dirty water either. They are a fit of it. You won't say so out loud. See, I know who I work for. I wear it on my sleeve. I say so out loud. I work for the master. You, on the other hand, work for rich people, these corporations. That's who you represent. But you keep wanting to present yourselves as I work for the people. No, you don't. Would not the people be the masses? The masses, which is lower middle class and working class and the poor, because they got the numbers. Those are the people. How do this minority of Yes, Houston. No, it's gonna come down to some. I hope they have a bat signal, cause they're gonna need a Batman. They're gonna need a Batman. You do have a Batman, don't you? No Batman and no bat signal. Damn. You start working on it. It's gonna take some Gotham City type of action. Okay. Now I don't recommend this, and I'm not calling for this, but I said this here 2 damn years ago as more than just a joke. Take 3,000 to 4,000 men, surround that downtown district from City Hall. You wrap around, you do the civil forensics on it and find out what's really going on here. And then you lock the doors. Then you bring in your own auditors, bring in your own actuaries, and you get in them books. Get in them books. They don't even want to have open bidding, contracts. They want to select who gets the contract, not by open bid. Now, you know they friends and they loved ones that's going to get the contracts, right? You know that they're going to be kickbacks, right? Just to payoffs, right? Just to get the contract, right? This come automatic and it ain't going to cost you nothing. You hold real ones, not these fake ones that'll cost tens of millions of dollars to to run a campaign. You out your mind that only rich people get to play in. No, we have a better idea. Go home. This is all a fantasy of mine. It would be beautiful, wouldn't it? It would be beautiful. No violence. Go home. Yes, we will be searching your pockets. Cell phone, please. You can lock it if you want to. The type of brain that we organizational agendas. At least not without a fight. And you egging up on the damn fight here. It's not gonna remain business as usual. I keep trying to remind you of this. I know this is how you used to doing things. I get it. Old habits die hard. I get it. I really do. But it's not gonna be business as usual. In the face of it growing and growing and growing as you're trying to fix it. How that work? Fix what? Can you stop the growing part of it first and then fix? First, you have to stop the. It's gonna fix the problem. Man, I gotta go. I really gotta go because a lot of this is falling upon deaf ears. The only people really hearing me, and I don't mean this in a holistic manner, but the people really hearing me are the ones who we want to hear it. The movers and the shakers of this city. We're gonna start calling Houston Gotham City with its fill in the blank ass. Gotham City, where anything goes. But this the time that they don't have a bat signal. They never had a damn bat signal. They don't even have a signs of a damn principality. A organized pattern. Sort of like white supremacy was white supremacy until I showed up and started seeing it like it is. This ain't no supremacy over shit. This some devil shit. This is a principality masquerading as an ideology. I know just what to do with all principalities. Destroy them. Destroy them. Period. They can call themselves whatever they choose. I call them principality. Made up of spirit and controlled by